Hello, my name is Lizzie Karen, and welcome to the channel I've created on my dreams of Atlantis. This is a dream about why the Atlanteans were vegetarian. Well, it's not really a dream, it's just putting the bits of other dreams together. From my earliest memories of my dreams, I knew that I did not want to eat animals. But I was born on a farm. I was born into a heavily meat-eating family. Try as they could not get me to eat meat, even as a very young child. So I kind of became the black sheep of the family, and that started when I was very young. And we all know what happens to sheep. Anyway, but why? What was it all about in my dreams that made me feel this way? Firstly, in my dreams, everyone had an enormous love of animals, a love that did not include any desire to kill and eat them. They could not separate the living creature from the meat in the way that people do in their minds today. Secondly, the people of Tantal, or Atlantis, had evolved a culture that took joy in creating and not destroying. Third, there was no need for meat as sustenance. If it had been the only option for survival, then and only then would it be considered. Fourth, it was more efficient and less destructive to be vegetarian. The culture was peace-loving, and so killing animals was completely contradictory to that. The law of the land reinforced this. The main law reads like this: cause no hurt intentionally to others physically or mentally, neither man nor beast. If by accident or self-defense you kill or injure, then a process of forgiveness must be undertaken. Be compassionate. But they would have been vegetarian even if the law did not request it of them. But why only vegetarian and not vegan? The reason is simply the Atlanteans were able to get milk, eggs and cheese without the suffering of animals. They had the medical knowledge to maintain a herd of cows with milk. No calf was ever killed, as all the creatures that were born had a role. The young males went into the outer guard, and the young females, the cows, went into the milk herd. Once a year, the great mating would happen, but that's another story. Eggs were from the ostriches, who were laying unfertilized eggs for 11 out of 12 months of the year. Honey was from hives that were always handled humanely, and all the relationships with the animals were symbiotic. There was no need to kill the baby cows in order to get the rennet for the cheese. The scientists had other ways to do it. All food was delicious and nutritious. No one had any desire or need for meat. Feathers from the ostriches were never plucked. Occasionally they were cut. But whenever a feather was given, it was treated like a great gift from the bird. All the animals in Tantal were loved and gave back love in abundance. Each had its own character, and after many dreams of such animals, it is difficult not to love all animals. Meat-eating animals? Well, they were discouraged for some time within Tantal, but once suitable food was produced for cats and dogs and the like, it was no longer possible for Uran, the leader, to argue against the addition of these kinds of animals. And so people were able to have pets, as long as the animal chose the person, not the other way around. So getting a pet in those days wasn't just a case of popping down the road to the pet shop or the like. a person had to firstly get permission, then commit to spending a significant amount of time living in the wild with the animals of interest, and only once an animal had chosen you could you return with your pet. It was a long process. It became easier with some animals as places like hotels were constructed in the wild for people to go on holiday there for as long as they needed in order to find a suitable small companion. So there were cat gardens, dog camps, bird retreats, and monkey tree houses, etc. Each location perfectly set up for the enjoyment and communing with a certain type of animal, and in the hope, possibly, that one of those animals would choose you. Please check out my episode called The Cat Gardens if you want to get a real feel for what it was like going to visit one of those places. But in a nutshell, getting back to the subject, the people in my dreams of Tantal loved animals too much to eat them. Thanks for listening. There are lots more dreams to come, and I will try and post regularly. So if you like them, please subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks. Bye.